And we are live. Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David? All right. Now, today we're on to the Mustang. Different Mustang. Yeah, okay. We were making good progress on the cockpit, I believe, was the dealio. So at the end of the day, we're going to keep that going on. Yeah, these are the things. Alrighty. Whee! I'm in a bit of a silly mood. That may not end up well. All right, first things first, peeps. You all know the drill. Caffeine. Oh, I'm due for a new cup. A clean cup, that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All righty, round comes the camera. And just excuse me a brief moment as I wish to blow my nose. Excuse me. And that's better. Now, all right, in we come. Now. Now, next. Yoink. Let's see where we were at. Yes, I remember now. Now we can put the chair in. A couple of other bits on there. Because what we have, as I recall, as I can produce our bits. Now. All right. So, yeah, that was right. I remember Neil. Yes. I remember. Now, there's a bit to be done here on the dash that we want to complete. We may as well assemble. Actually, wait, we might need to do some painting on a bit here. Because that will ultimately have a little flap put there. And I believe we're going to do a bit of work on that. All right. So let's get our bits in order, shall we? Now, something I wouldn't mind checking very quickly. How are these wheels looking? Just on as far as the general paint without touch-ups. Pretty good. Okay, happy with them. Now, here's our chair thing. We also need to work with, but we can put them together. So we'll get them out. I also want looking. None of them. None of that. Now that goes on one side of the fuselage. I'll get it out now. Do need the photo etch out. Here's what I was looking for. Oh, that's already looking nice and grungy. Good. This is going to be the flap that opens up from our air filters. Oops, it is. So there. Oh, hang on, it's a bit. That's better. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in on some of this in a moment. Now, I will get the two fuselage halves out in case we get on to doing something there. And There was one other bit. And what was that? That's it. Oh, here it is. Get over here. Now. All right. And we are ready to rock. All right. Now I'm just going to put these over to here. Now, what did I want to get stuck into first? Not onto, into first. Let's see. Well, pretty easy and kind of obvious option is let's get this chair on. Now, a question I can pose myself is, do I want to just touch up that interior green before I put it in? And you know, I do. In which case, what we're going to move to, I know what you're going to say. No one's going to see it. I know, but you know, I'm hopeless for this sort of shit. Now, next. In which case, we can. Now, where do these go on to? Give me a moment. And we shall find this whole stack of little bits and bobs we can do. Here we go. Oh, we can definitely do. There's some stuff that needs to get stuck in here. So we might as well get onto some of that too. Anyway, A28. Now, I'm just checking out how that then. Another little spot we may wish to grunge up, I would suggest, would be the underside of A28. So we'll also do some of that. Now, give me a moment. A28 is here somewhere, I know that. Might as well get this out because I wouldn't mind putting that on. Here we go. Now, part of this will be visible. A part of it will not. That part that is visible, we are going to suitably grunge up. Now, what I'm going to do, excuse me, I put the sprue cutters away properly the other day, didn't I? Most unnatural of me. Now we'll just get these ones. Actually, might as well get. Here we go. Right. Well, what are these ones? Where do these come from? These look rather nice. Bit soft on the bite, but still chunky for a punky. Mind you, I've got these well used and these. Oh yeah, I prefer those a bit springier. Doesn't really matter. These are actually really good ones. These small ones. These actually are manicures things, I believe, and were my mum's. If you've got it from mum, trust me, it's top notch. And you've got the option here. This is what I think is really cool. Of no spring. Pick that up. Gives you a bit more grip, a bit more bite. So it's interesting, I find. Anyway, I digress. Now, what we're going to do is Give this a wee bit of a file. Find out which is the area that will be exposed. Then we'll get ready to grunge that up similarly to that. It's pretty obviously, if that's that dirty, the rest of this sort of an area, as with the, that's going to be the flap that leads out. If that's shiny, almost dropped a toothpick, but caught it. If that's all shiny, it looks a bit odd, if you follow me. Now, that too must be grunged up. Now, oops, it days. Now. Just along there. Oh, hang on. Be careful there, big boy. Some of that's needed. That bit isn't, but they are. Oh, hang on, did I file the wrong bit? I filed the wrong bit. Shit. I'll work it out. At least one of them's in there. There we go. That's better. Right, now, the upper area, I think it sits like that. I'm just going to check this. We can even do stuff like putting these together, because they're ready to rock. Now, ding. So, that way, I would say. Yeah, that seems to match and indeed would make perfect sense. That's the side that needs to be grunged. Now, itchy ear. That being so, these can be gotten out of the way for a moment. They're just near a 109 air filter. Bing. Now, next. Here we go. Grab a bit of blue tack. Oh, here we go. Don't even need to open a fresh pack. Bonus. I've said it before and I'll say it again, kids. If ever I give up scale modeling, sell your blue tack shares. I use this shit like, goes out of style, I tell you. Oh, hey, Lindsay, how you doing? Now, yeah, that's the side I want to grunge up. So first we'll hit that with some oily steel. I might do a little bit of oily steel on the edge here. I can see that's looking a little too shiny. Oily steel is acero inglassado. I actually really kind of dig checking out some of the language on this stuff, like englassado. Think in grease. Hence oily. Just a thought for the day. As good as it's going to get from me at the moment. Now, that's good. Now, so, excuse me a moment. Got a bit of a runny nose this morning, not quite sure why. Never mind. Oh, this is almost at its end. But it is a very commonly used colour by my good self. No, I'll go for a bigger brush than that. We'll go for this one. Let's get the job done. Now, I saw King Fox's name is Ian, isn't it? Either way, he put a short up on YouTube of his rail setup. It's really cool. Pretty big. But then a good rail setup is, it's not a small, it's an area thing. Particularly if you want to have all the bits and bobs. That's something that I wouldn't mind exploring, but it would require a place that I have permanently, which I don't. I wouldn't require it, but it would be, and then there's the space issue. Hard enough time displaying my scale models, let alone whatchamacallit. I believe that's the technical term, whatchamacallit, as well. Wonder, wonder. You may wonder why. Sorry, that was terrible. Right. So it would be those edges more that need to be given a bit of. I'm going to try and do. Hey, that wasn't quite what I wanted to do. Or that angle. So that, in fact, I'm going to get a bloody wet fingerprint on this now, aren't I? That's actually not got away with that. Oh, half my luck. So that I can do the sides here a bit. Is my theory. Because I don't know if they're going to be exposed. They probably aren't. But that way, all the relevant areas have been hit with this oily steel, and then when we hit with the tin, we'll get the grungy, and then in turn oil effect. It'll all be nice and grungy. That's the theory. Now this has already been hit by the. It's already a bit grungy, but I want to get a bit of there and there. There. Going to grunge that up a bit more. But that's the start of that done. Now, while I'm here, clean that. What we can also do is while I'm here and doing painting, if there's any painting I would do, I might as well get done now. Thus, I wouldn't mind doing that little touch up there on our chair. And I would expect, and could do that when it's on. What I'm looking at here is there's going to be a little spot on the front there that will also need interior green. But once it's on, I could probably do it then. I would suggest, because it's going to be right near a whole stack of interior green, and it'll be that little bit easier. So, yeah. we'll do it that way. How to... There's another way around this, of course. Now, is there anything else I want to hit with paint? No. Now, once I've got this and that hit with some interior green, I'm going to put this bit there onto there. Then we should be able to put the tin on that and that to get it a bit grungy. So yeah. Now I would say by the end of the session, or towards the end of the session, these two should be dry enough to consider putting in place. That's my theory. Or I could go the whole box and dice and just, heaven forfend, be patient, just let them dry, then put them on tomorrow, and probably, depending on what we get done in other areas, consider finishing the interior tomorrow. If we can complete the interior tomorrow, I'd be pretty bloody happy, actually. Yeah. Come on. There we go. As always, blue tack time. I reckon, and I'm pretty sure you will understand, this is going to fall heavily, I mean heavily, into the category of I am taking extensive pics of this before I seal it up, purely because of the amount of detail on it that I'm going to want to capture in any pics. You know, you're not going to see it any other time, so now is the time, Kato. All right. Oh, hey Ethel, how you doing? Now, a bit of interior green action, gentlemen and ladies and others. We all know the drill here, peeps. Now, I think people should model regardless of race, color, or creed. Should be, isn't that what it says in the US? One of a society that, well, that's been trashed, hasn't it? The whole regardless of race, color, or creed thing over there, dearie me. Now, interior green. There's that one, but I know I have others. Obi Rob knows this to be true. Dunkelgrün. No, wait a minute. It always never looks like it's the right color. I know this. Surely I haven't put it away. That would be most improper. Who would have thought? Oh, it's looking suspiciously like I might have. Oh, dearie me. Now, that being so, outrageous though it seems, probably not in this one. It always looks yellowy, but no, I reckon. Don't reckon it's in that one. I reckon it's in. Therefore, oh, this is far more likely. I'm going to be a bit pissy if I don't have it, because I'm pretty sure I do. Or if I can't find it, perhaps there's more to the point. Hello, what's this little, that's in chromate. We're in the right area. Pale brown. Oh, come now. US interior green. Knew I had it. Never let it be said that I do not have an adequate provision of paints. Although I'm sure I'm far from the only one like that. Let's face it, it's those little different shades that make quite a difference on occasion. Now, as I said, once you've got these two spots painted, which won't take long, we're going to hit the flap areas with some whatchamacallit, tin to give them a starting on the grunge before we hit them with some oil effect, because we will. And then, well, there's a whole stack of, and then, for a moment there I had a flash from, and believe it or not, some of you haven't seen what I haven't actually seen the movie, but I do know the scene in question. And then, for those who are unfamiliar, I have considered doing that. As an ease of finding, but half the problem I have is that I've got, so you know what I should invest in? One of those proper desk managers. I'm moving house soon. I reckon I might do that, although the issue then would become what to do when I drop actually, I know how I do it. I'd have it that way, so I could bang, 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 bang. That would work. I have a cunning plan. But yeah, that's someone did that on this one before I purchased it, and it is kind of handy. Now, almost there. There we go. Interior green is ready to rock and or roll. Now, after all of that, it's going to take me like no time to actually do. But that's a good tip, Athol. The other thing that prevents me, at least with regards to my lacquers, is that I have to mix them. Actually, what I could do, theoretically, and okay, I can do this. I have a cunning plan. Oh, so cunning, in fact, that I forgot to put the stopper back in. But what we're going to do, give me a moment. No, that's a bit too well. for the spots I require. Oh no, I can do that. Okay. What we're going to do, the easiest way to do this would be not to go methodically go through them, but as I use them, I guess. So what we'll do, before we hit those parts, is paint the lid. Doesn't have to be, don't you have to do all of it, just enough to identify the color really, hey. There we go. Now, the kicker would be, actually no, I could still do it with the different shades of black. Because while it's black on top of the black, the different black would be, as long as I do the whole lid, it wouldn't be, it would be apparent sort of a thing. Now, there we go. Now I reckon I'm going to be able to identify its color pretty easily from here. There we go. And we'll pop that over there to dry. Now, very carefully, just there. One, that's better. And that's it. Nice and tidy. All right, that's all I needed to do. Painting the lid took longer than anything else, which is kind of funny, but hey. As I said, I guess the way to do that would be to just as you go through, as you go around the outside, I'll stop right there. Now, there we go. Come here, you. Why, you little. Seriously. Yes, thank you. Bloody thing. There we go. Now, we'll just plug this. Now, next. Wow, okay. Well, we might as well as continue our grunging on those flaps. This is one I won't need to do because the color's pretty much quite apparent on the outside. It's pretty stark and pretty much in your face, so which is one of the things that's kind of cool about it. But now, Oh, I'm running out of this one too. That's not good. Ooh, no, I'm not. Well, actually, yeah, I'd say I am. I don't feel that empty. Rubbing. We shall see. Anyway, in the meantime, yeah, this one will do us. Pin that down. Here we go. Yeah, that's starting to get there. Yeah. Oops, a bit too heavy there with the hand. Can fix, nice and easy. We all got a bit too, hang on, let's just thin this out a bit more. Yeah, I guess accidentally somehow made some scratches there. And just need to cover them up a bit. Probably the oil will do that for us quite happily. Once the oil's on there, it'll look really good, actually. I don't think that's the part that's that visible. I think it's that end more, which is fine. In fact, that makes sense because it'll probably go that way. Would it? Yeah, it would have to. Oh, just one go one way, one the other. There we go. Give you a bit of a, and we'll do the sides just a little bit. Dull them down. There we go. All right. I'm going to get that bit of card that is so handy from the 109 kit. So there's a kind of grungied up bit, or it's already looking kind of grungy. We're going to hit that with some oil effect in due course, probably later today. In fact, definitely later today. And now we're going to do the same routine, which won't take too long. And then on this little part here, and then we shall hang on. Thin out. And I especially want to do the edges. Yes. Now, here's something to consider. Give me a moment. what I'm going to do before I finish this is obviously give that a file. There's nothing else we need from this now, but I'm also considering, give me a moment, that if I'm doing the inside of the flap, some of it would need to be, I wouldn't necessarily need to go oil effect on the outside here, on that bit that's going to be exposed there, but I'd be well advised to certainly give it a bit of a grungy look. There we go. And to that end, we shall. Oh, hey Doc, how you doing? Now. So, come here, you. Bing. And looking. What do I want to use as a plinth? Oh, hell with it, this will do. Apparently it will indeed do for that purpose. Now, get our paint. Thin it out. Oops. It's a little too, maybe it's not. I can fix that, we'll let that dry anyway. Clean this brush. Not entirely happy with the sides, we'll fix them up. Now, next, I reckon something we can do on both sides of our fuselage is these bits here. They need to go in and are these bits. Now, and that way. Yep. Boom, just there. All right, let's do that. I'm not going to be so anally retentive as to tidy up the zinc chromate right now. I might do it once it's in position. We shall see. Now, let me just check something for a moment. Right. Alrighty. One. Two. Two. All right. And there's a little bit that could be tidied up on there potentially. Now, this then sits. Let's see exactly where this does sit. I've got that upside down, possibly. No, I've got it the wrong way around. That's not going to help. And then that will sit, like that, I would suggest. As to what its specific function is, I do not know. I see exactly where it sits. It's got an actual quite... if you look from this angle, I'll give you a zoom in on this, in fact. Yeah, right. Okay. Let me just have a bit more of a look and then I'll give you that zoom in. It's actually quite interesting. Right, so then it would sit like that. Yeah, scope this out, guys. All right, I'll get that bit of card. If we here's a good angle for it. Now, you'll notice there's quite a clear and distinct area there for our part to go into. And when you look at, I'll actually even be able to, give me a moment, I'll get the right way around. Boom. There it goes. So it's kind of obvious as to how it all happens there. So we can now do that quite comfortably. So at the end of the day, this we will now do. Alrighty. What I'm also going to do is have a mouthful of coffee. Yes, I am. I'm going to slightly move the camera as well, because that's, whilst it was good for illustrating what I just showed you, it's not great from the viewpoint of position with relation to my shoulder. Oh yeah. Now, glue. Then once they've settled, I can look at putting, there's that part, well, these small parts to go into here. That won't take too long for it to be adequately settled, I wouldn't have thought. But I'd like to give it a little while before I start getting moving it around too much. Now let's get this glue started. Okay, hang on. So I need to go get my lighter. Looks that way. No. Okay, let's see if we get any love out of the other one. And if not, I'll just go and get my lighter. All right, let's see how this one rolls. You playing the game today? Yay! All right. Now, I don't want you to be too heavy-handed with this. There we go. There should be plenty. All right. Now, it's that way, isn't it? Hang on. So that's down, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Now, in you go. In you go. You good, are we? Looks good. As far as stable. As far as it goes. Alrighty. Alrighty. Boom. One. Actually. Feeling a bit brave here. Give me. You're going to want to possibly go, what are you doing? And actually, that needs to be up just a little. That's better. There we go, I think. All right. Actually, their diagrams may confirm for me as to. Right. So that. Oh, it does. So that needs to be a bit more that way somehow. I thought it was a nice and easy one. Hang on. It's always when you think it's going to be nice and neat, cruisy. Now they have it drawn as being now. So Yeah, it's got to be that angle, or it will extend out, which it shouldn't do, of course. And I'm going to need to re-glue this because I've been faffing about with it too much. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now, let's try that again. There we go. Why didn't I do it that way the first time, eh? All right, let's get the next one on. All right, now on this side, sprue cutters. Just checking. There's something that kind of has me going, and it's that you're supposed to put the rear wheel there and it comes out there. I'm just hoping there's enough space. It's going to be pretty snug, but I guess that's half the way. Well, let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Whew. Okay. Anyway. No, we don't need that. At least we don't. We don't need that. Now, itchy ear now. Next, once I've got that in, there's a few things we can do. First, you come here. Come on. Bloody glue. Stop teasing me. There we go. Now, all right. Just trying to make sure that's actually right where I want it. Because it's a very It's one of those fine lines between pleasure and pain. All right, that's that one. Boom, both in. Now we're actually going to get to, well, what should be harder in theory, but it'll actually be probably easier. Although I might want to roll with this one with some crystal clear, I would suggest. Being such a small part. All right, let's do it. And then, in fact, a couple of parts that we're going to put on shortly, we will be using a bit of crystal clear, I would say. Now, sprue cutters. So just a bit, something I wouldn't mind checking, just as a game for my own peace of mind. How much space does? Oh, that actually leaves quite a lot of space between them. Okay. Yeah, that'll happen. I was a bit nervous about the gap being enough for the rear wheel, but my fears are groundless. Now, rather appropriate for, given that I'm building an aircraft. Now, hope I didn't damage the decal just then. That's the side that goes on, and it's visible. Jesus, sprue cutters. There we go. Now, boys and girls. Decisions. What I'm deciding here, yeah, I'm doing it. You have to be extra careful. Oops. Oh no, that's not where I want you though. Don't breathe, Rob. Stay cool. It's here somewhere. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on. No. Let's have a good close look at. It's definitely not on there. In a worst case scenario, let's see, found it. Okay. Now, the reason I took it off was, now that I found it, I'm good. Because I wish to put a touch of black just on the very bottom. And then what I'm going to do is probably leave it largely right where it is now, because I know where it is. You know what I'm saying? Then, whilst I'm in painting mode again, we're going to do a bit of tidy up work on this flap thing here. And then we're going to continue our grunting process on that. Don't need a lot of that. That will do it. It's probably a bubble, and it'll still do it. And now you come here, just there. Now it's going to look nice. All right. Now, now. Very soon, in almost, well, pretty short order, we will place that in its position along with, there's another part, this part here. First, I want to just do a bit of tidying up on this. And then pop that on. There's a very small part here I'll show you. And then I reckon we can start putting bits on. Then we've got the dash to consider. Now the dash has got a bit of action on it too. Oh, Lindsay's off. Good night, Lindsay. Oh, hey, John, how you doing? Sorry, I haven't been paying enough attention to my chat boards. I've been too immersed in what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, it's going to look pretty grungy. That's all. Yeah. Now, that's all I wanted to do on that. We'll actually, they're a bit shiny as well. All right, all in good time. Now, actually, wait, I know what I forgot to do just then. Give me a moment. Delete. If I can use the same brush and then just redo. Oh, that's the wrong one. For those in glissado. That's not the one I want. Oh, there's the what? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it was the englissado. And we get our little splotch of paint. For those who are wondering what I'm doing, I'm slowly, as I use paint, following a suggestion by Athol, I'm painting the tops so that in the future I can get a better fix on what the colors are. I've also done it within US Interior Green. Now there are other colors that are similar, but what it means in effect is that I'll at least have a fair idea rather than going, is this one, is it this one? We're going to guess should be about that and then pick, maybe not that one, that one. That's the theory. Now, next, we shall, what was I looking at? That was it. Come here, you. Ping. Oh, thanks for swinging past, Athol. I appreciate it. Now, this sits, I believe. Just I can hear you. Oh, look at that. That's a bit swish, isn't it? It just sits. Well, but I also want to get that other part in. All right, that's actually I'm quite taken with that little bit of tidiness from Arma Hobby. Almost no effort, and it will just sit there for you. Boom. As it should. Well, to that end, there's only one thing for it, isn't there? We'll pop that on. I can even see why. They've done real well, they have. There's a little thing here that helps it sit. All right. Oh, that looks cool. I will give you chappies a zoom in. Boom. How cool is that? Boom. Happy with that. We're making good progress. Now, next, we shall slide that down there for a moment. Now, we're starting to get to the just let things dry point. We've made good progress thus far, though, I've got to say. Now, what I'm going to do first, did I hit those inner areas? No, I didn't. Very quickly. Need to hit in here because they're too shiny. That's actual aluminium. That's what I've hit it with now is oily steel. Just to bring it back a bit. And so I keep bumping the and then that's because I've moved it down to there, isn't it? Up you come. Now, a bit more there. There we go. Now, once we've got the oily steel on them, then it will be, once that dries, we'll hit that with some tin. I got a bit heavy-handed on the outside, so we need to tidy that up. But I haven't done the insides of those flaps either, or the bits that hang down. And they need to be grunged a bit. Now, next we shall bing, bing, bing. That'll do us. What we're doing now is putting the lid back on the mic, the crystal clear. This goes. There. There. Now, make sure I've got the right side. Yep. And once I've got this on, I'll guide it. Actually, I don't even need to. Don't think. Oh, nice. That's actually right where it needs to go. Card. I think that's right where it needs to go at least. Boom. Oh, that looks good. I like how they've done that. So yeah, zip. Now, yeah, I do definitely like that. All right, next. Whoop, zoom out. All right, now. Yes. We'll go here. Yeah, we are approaching. Now, tomorrow we'll be able to finish this little area here. We'll get, okay, yeah. We're not going to complete the interior today, but we've made some really good progress. And we will be able to finish it tomorrow. Of that I have no doubt. Particularly if, give me a moment. Yeah, I reckon we can do that too. Now tomorrow I reckon I'll continue to work on this one. Because if I get this one to the point where we can start really getting it all together, then, because I'm almost at this sort of a point with the 109, well, I've still got to find that chair I lost. I'll find it. If not, I can do a report. Either way, the bottom line is if you get them in a similar state of proceedings, we can probably finish them at the same sort of a time. So yeah, now that's what I was looking for, just this. Just maybe a bit more. There we go, that's plenty. just dial it down a bit. A bit more. That's better. Yeah, now it's starting to look nicer. Once I finish this, I'll give you a zoom in. We need to hit that just a little. All right. Almost there. Dial it down and make it look a little bit dirty. Bearing in mind that we'll be hitting this with the same oil effect that we hit the vents with. All right, yeah, that's dirty. Now we're going to hit that with some oil effect once that dries. Boom. Now, clean brush. Now, next. All right. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? I was certainly considering doing. First, let's get this out of the way. And over to there. And now... let me just line up, okay, so it's there. That would go to... Seriously, that easily? Pretty much. So... there we go. So that's how it would sit. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice. This is without even being glued in. But I'll zoom in. Look at that shit. They've done real well. We're going to glue that in now. That's my take on this. And then, actually, you know what? I don't want to. And then I think I'm going to just let shit dry. Because tomorrow we can come in. I reckon we can just get all this interior area done. Yeah, needs a clean up indeed. Now you get off of there. Oh, come here, you. And eins, zwei. Once I got these on, we can have a bit of a gander as to where we're at. And then I'm going to wind the stream up. Dope. Of course, the moment you put the glue on, it doesn't cooperate nearly as it's because it's on my hand. Toothpick, come here, yeah. Not straight. There we are. I think. Maybe just there we go. Wow, that does look cool though. All right, card. And then I'll start zooming in on stuff that we've done today. All right, there's a. Oh, wow. Wow. That is cool. Really happy with the detail. We've also got that in. And on the other side for that one. But yeah, real happy with how that's looking. We also got a chair in. Hang on. I'm not holding that very well. So we're at that sort of a point with dope. There. So that's coming along nicely. What else did we do today? Oh yeah, grunge these up a bit. And they need to be, that needs to be that, and this need to be suitably dirty. They've still got to have an oil effect put on them because they go with these. This is another similar piece, that same sort of thing. And of course, if they're all shiny and clean next to that, it's going to look crap. So you've attended to that. All right. Deary me. But we had a good session. We did. We got a lot done. And I'm hoping tomorrow to get things really up and running. Oh, cutie guy, you've arrived just as I'm winding up, man. Did you see what I've when I went through the various things that I've done today? How you doing, by the way? Anyway, yeah. Bring the camera out. I'm good, but just about to wind up. I've made some really good progress on the P-51B. Part of the fuselage side is looking very, very cool. Like I said, I don't know if you saw that because you've only just clicked on. So, however, we are going to be working on the P-51B again tomorrow because actually, one thing as a quick little aside, something oh no, there's a lot still to happen. Very quickly. Hang on. We've gotten our fuselage side together there, so we've got those really tiny parts on, as well as the bits at the back. So we've got that pretty much ready to go. We haven't finished the dash yet, but we have done seat, and this is getting further along. Only needs to have the actually what I could do here. Two parts put on it, and that will be ready to rock. So we're going to have, and then tomorrow we can also finish the dash. And then the other thing we got done was preparing these vents. Those. Got them nice and dirty. Dirty Uncle Bertie. So as we can then put, where to put it? This and the other part on it, so that they look appropriate, they look correct. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see why I haven't gotten it the fuselage together yet. But what I'm going to do, the aim for tomorrow, for me anyway, yes, that vent is photo etch, but yeah, it is. Long and the short of it, yes. If we get everything up and running tomorrow, and we won't get the fuselage together, but we will get everything. So that will be our next port of call, and then we can start attending to a few other bells and whistles. That'll happen. And if I get that done, the reason I want to get that done tomorrow is because on Friday, we'll attend to the 109. Because that's actually in many ways a more simple build, it'll be at a similar state of proceedings. The idea is, in fact, next week I'll probably be doing extensive airbrushing because I want to probably look at doing the hull on the Boss Mustang. Depending on factors X, Y, and Z, we might be spending most of next week painting the different colors onto the Mustang, onto the 109, onto both Mustangs. You get the drill. Alrighty. In any event, people, that is me done for today. All right, first-time viewers, I'm sure you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. And if you'd like to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Alrighty. Tomorrow I'm going to be back. I'll be back. Fortunately, I'm not looking for Sarah Connor. No, I am not. My pleasure, David. yeah, tomorrow I'll be back. And as I said, we'll get stuck into getting the last of the P-51B interior done and, whoops, a daisy, dusted. Because we're not far from that now. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we can work that out. That's the plan. Alrighty. Oh, I just realised tomorrow we might even need to put the rear wheel in. That might be kind of cool. Because we need to put that in on one point before we put the fuselage together, is the premise. Anyway, we'll work it all out, guys. In any event, I will be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and the same kit channel. Hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.